we go, ladies and gentlemen, episode 182. And as we salute to the great man in the sky, we just say thank you, Lord, for the great idea of the Kickstarter. Now, I just wonder, Marto, Tazzy, welcome to the show, episode 182.
G'day. Welcome, boys.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here, especially after 181.
Who's going to take the, I don't know, the plaudits, the celebration, the love, the affection? Who's going to admit it was my idea for the Kickstarter?
It was a great idea, mate.
No one's going to admit that it was your idea, Pezza.
No, but it wasn't
me. Also the one that,
it wasn't.
Also the one that came up with the idea of it's a knockout, and that sort of fell on its face.
Well, it's a knockout was a great idea, but unfortunately, we couldn't find anything to knock anything out.
Look, I don't want to take credit
mate.
for
I'm going to say, mate, the Kickstarter with the Luke Mullan V8 vroom vroom kickstarting us all in the morning. Gee whiz!
Oh yeah.
Look, that's what we're here for at PaLTI, though. We're not just here for us, mind you. Oh, Marto, you've gone sideways.
Marto,
we're not in bed.
Jesus,
no scissors here. But no, like that's what we're here at PaLTI for. We're here for the Parmi.
We're here for the Parmi.
And the Kickstarters is a beauty because we're just picking winners.
Yeah, well
winners,
done,
that's
Tazzy. Great idea. Great idea, mate, because I tell you, if we get 100 subscribers like one day, you know, we're pretty hard in the 60s here, but if you like and subscribe, it'd be great. We'll actually publish the results, and the Kickstarter, I swear to God, it is something that is unheard of in the tipping ranks.
I'm curious.
Percentages are out of control.
Is that why Bet Galaxy have gone a bit quiet on us?
Yeah, Bet Galaxy won't bloody do anything at the minute.
We would have sent them broke with the Kickstarter.
Sent them broke. Well, yeah, we're going no good because the punters in Bet Galaxy at the minute are winning. So, but I tell you what, we're nearly at 100% place, which is fantastic.
Yeah, unheard of. Yeah,
but the winning percentage, Marto.
Absolutely.
Marto, we're 95% place, big man.
How good's that? $1.10 every week.
They all placed again, but I wasn't as good as Marto at Tazz and Marto. This week's going for 5 in a row, the big dog. He's just like John Longmire, big horse Longmire. He's got the old trunk hanging out there, Tazzy.
Could you imagine though, like if we were a business and we were all about making money for ourselves, which we're not, we could subscribe the Kickstarter out.
Oh,
we could pay, say, guys, anyone want to subscribe to this service called the Kickstarter?
Yeah.
95%.
But lucky,
but I reckon you could take us.
95%. Yeah. But the win rate, if we get 100 subbies, we'll give you the win rate. It's absolutely out of control. Like, but I'd like to say, sorry, Prez, last week you had your little bonus bet on the 3M to win for about 28 skins, and shows a sign we'll win a race. I promise you that. It didn't give up. It got land. It got softened up, and it did stick on, but it wasn't as good as Switzerland or C7, boys. Well done.
Yeah, no, they both went super. They did go super.
C7 was ridden from the back at the Valley, and I'm like, this young apprentice is not going to get it there. But gee, the horse exploded in the last 200.
Absolutely.
It did super. What was the horse called? Something Boxer or Build something.
Yep.
It's in one of the. It's actually backing up this weekend.
Right.
At wherever they are in Melbourne here.
Caulfield.
I've even bloody got it at Caulfield, so it's backing up again this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
You'd be pretty stiff if you're on that because you think it wins with 100 to go up the Valley, but C7, she grew wings, so very good. Now Switzerland, Marto, very up and about.
Absolutely, Switzerland. You heard it here first on PaLTI. Waller's come out through the week in the media and said, this is my slipper horse. And I told you all about it last week. What's his horse for the slipper carnival? Because he's been hiding. He's been keeping it away. I'll tell you what, Switzerland did not disappoint on the weekend. It's
interesting to see that in most of the markets, I've never seen the markets dominated, maybe except for the Freeman boys back in the day when they all had, they had the 2-year-olds, Lee Freeman back in Melbourne. And they used to target the diamond and the slipper every year. But geez, Waterhouse and the Botfly, They've got 7 out of the top
Domination of
8
the
in every market for every future 2-year-old betting race. It's absolutely amazing the amount of horses, the amount of cattle they got running around. But talking about cattle, how good was Tashi? Get us home in the last, Pezza.
Tashi in the last.
She did you see the race, Pezza? Because she was gone.
Yeah.
She loomed up as if she was going to win by 6, and then she was gone.
Yeah,
and she just fought back and showed so much heart.
Yeah, show a heart.
There was a lot of heart
Queensland
in her
champ.
win.
Yeah, very good.
But,
and unfortunately, Taz, I've got to give it to you, mate.
Roy, what are you talking about?
What about you?
He's got one.
Get
The man behind
the
money. Yeah, that was perfectly ridden. Perfectly ridden behind the money. It was terrible.
Well behind the money.
It was well
terrible. It was. That's all it wanted to do. It wanted to sit behind the man who was going to get the money.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what happened, but it was a terrible run. You're right. I'll cop it.
It wasn't much. You just hate it when they're playing out the back and you just go, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why? It was great to see a couple of the runners winning around the countryside last week. Great to see Snippy Witch get a couple on the board for us, which is, if you followed Tassie and me for a while, Snippy Witch is finally starting to pay our bills. So good horse, tough win over at Ascot, very good. Bet Galaxy will be back, I've been told, but unfortunately Kickstarters are kickstarting them in the morning. Get into them, boys.
That's it.
That's it.
At least they're still on board. They haven't abandoned us.
Yeah.
They're staying with us. They're staying strong.
No. Now, with that, Pezza, you're going to need. I've had some feedback. No disrespect to Lukey. But Luke.
No.
Either get a new video into Pezza so that we can use it, because that one's starting to wear thin on a few people in the sense that because I know, but they can't hear him properly.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
No, there is a bit of a problem with the volume.
Luke, if you're watching the show,
it's a cheap
organise. Do a couple, do 1 or 2 or 3 little clips of yourself.
Oh, imagine Lukey Mullan just coming up from the depths with a couple of rock lobsters.
Yeah,
hey,
just anything. Lukey, if you're watching the show, which you normally do some clips, send them into Pezza so that we can use you as our promotion.
Absolutely.
And also so that you're more audible too.
Love it.
Yeah.
The analytics are starting to show, Marto, that everyone's just tuning in for right now.
The Kickstarters. To kickstart your day.
Okay.
Guys, can you hear me? Because I think I've gone deaf.
No,
you're still there, mate.
Still there, mate.
Taz, you beauty.
Yeah, good. Finally. Yeah, no, Taz is there, mate.
I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, though?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to have to plug back in. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to sign out and sign back in. I must talk too much.
Okay, Marto.
Let's go. Smoke and Giant. Now, I don't normally back up with Maiden stepping up to a bigger grade next time, but Smoke and Giant won by, what was it? It was close to 5 lengths in his Maiden. And the time puts him around a benchmark 78 level. And this is a benchmark 70. So I'm happy to back up on this one. And you see he's going in with the top weight for that reason, because he is above class here. He'll be forward, probably leading, if not sitting right behind the pace from the bunny outside him. I don't see any real dangers here. There, one who might sit behind him is Gen Ricaro, but I think Smoke and Giant's got plenty under the hood. And let's go get the day off to a kickstart. $2.90. Get on.
Tassie's a big Peter Moody fan. We know that.
I do love Peter Moody, and I used to love him.
How much better is he with Coleman in the stable?
Well, maybe,
maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm heading over to South Australia, and I found one of Paddy Payne's. So back in the city of Churches, Paddy's no stranger to South Australia. This horse looks hard fit. It's had a couple of runs. I think it's 4th up, ready to go. It's only got to beat 5 or 6 of them. $1.95. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts at $1.65. It does get out the back, but when there's only 6 horses in it, first to last is only 6 lengths normally. I just think this will work over the top.
Question without notice.
Yes.
Does Paddy Payne place his horses probably the best in Australia? I don't know. He always seems to place them where they have a chance to win.
He tends to look after his own well, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know, like Ma Eustace have got that, well, not Ma Eustace anymore, not the eyebrows has gone to honkers. Talking about honkers, Benny Thompson gets a contract.
Yes, he has.
Wow, far out. Anyway, good on you, Benny. Hope you go all right. How good's Huey Bowman at the moment, Marto, Hong Kong Huey?
Oh, he's not coming home. He's going to stay there.
I don't blame it. It's fucking
going well, mate. He's going really well.
Like their bloody wings.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Giving Zach something to chase.
Now, hang on. Boys, I'm going to rein you in a little bit here.
Hard cross.
Let's stay on topic.
Sorry.
This is our premier segment, the winning segment. You're coming up next, Pezza. Don't digress.
It's a diversionary tax.
Anyway,
but do you think Paddy Payne?
Absolutely. Yes, I do.
Horse as well. I think so.
I do, and I also think he trials them very, very well too. So he likes to get a few runs into them. And
he doesn't care where they run either. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, he doesn't care.
No.
You know? Everybody wants to take him to Caulfield, right? But no, we're going to take this one off on the till. Let's get it across to Adelaide to get some easy cash. I like it.
I've always loved Paddy Payne as a trainer, as a jockey, and I reckon he's a bit of a hard ass in some ways too. He's just got that bit of a hard edge on him. You know, he wants to win. Anyway, I think
Paddy's very interesting too. I saw in an interview, Marto, he doesn't like going to the races on the weekend because he gets a bit too excited. He gets a bit upset. So he'll start speaking his mind, but hopefully Paddy gets to that point one day where he gets a bit, sort of becomes leaderish and maybe people will listen because what a famous family he's from, like his old
Absolutely.
The kids all trained,
all of them,
Yep. So I found one, boys. I could have went to many places, Kyneton, Ipswich, took a look at Eagle Farm. Rose Hill was a bit of a washout this week. In a midway and a highway, I wasn't too sure I was going to tip, 1 out of 18 there. But we've gone to race 1. We don't have to beat too many. Lady of Poise. Now, Waterhouse bought for Geordie Childs. Now, Taz, if you backed every one of Geordie Childs and Guy Waterhouse and the bot fly, if you backed every horse he's ever ridden for this, which is about nearly 100.
Yes.
You've got 94% return of investment, which on a jockey is unheard of.
That's
because they're always minus. Everyone's minus.
Yep.
But he is plus 94%, which I've never seen a higher combination on a jockey with nearly 100 rides for a trainer. I've never seen it, Marto, ever.
No, it's very good record.
This horse, New South Wales form, it's had a couple of trials up at Rose Hill and in the bush. It's come second in both, under hard holds. I think at Caulfield, if there is a little bit of a lane this week, which there usually is after it's hasn't been run for a couple of weeks, I think Geordie at the moment is just becoming that elder statesman. Melbourne, he's got a little Taylor under his little shoulder, under his wing. He's trying to show her the ropes. I think Geordie just stands tall this week against the Blue Butler and a couple of others that you boys were a bit excited about until I said I'm going to put this into the Kickstarter.
I think
the race is a little bit open. You might avoid the Sydney curse given that his Lady of Poise's win came.
There is a Sydney curse, Mark.
There is a Sydney curse at Caulfield. Sydney
at Caulfield,
really struggled to win at Caulfield, but this is a Kembla Grange winner. Not a Rose Hill or Randwick winner or Warwick Farm or Canterbury winner. So maybe you might avoid the curse there. But looks a strong chance in a really open race.
Yeah. I think it's going to go straight. Geordie's going straight to the front, get a cheap sit, too strong at the end. And I think it's, what's it called? Plot or Lot or the Blue Butler's going to be flying home and just miss. So
I think, Pezza, what's interesting here is she's elected to bring this one down to Melbourne. Now, there is a 2-year-old race in Sydney. And she's got the hot pot in that. Yeah. It probably ends up winning at that Camelot horse. It wins it. it then becomes, the fifth favourite in the blue diamond, golden slipper, all that sort of stuff for her. So the fact that she's steered away and come here, she wouldn't have just come here to run second, because she could have stayed home to run second.
Sure.
So you may have found one.
I might have found one. I think I have.
You may have found one.
Anyway, it's on again. The Phantom, he's up and about. He's still there. 2 strikes and you're out, Taz, because Venom is coming.
Well, we talk about Luke Mullan and his car. If we could go back to the video from last week, I did say that the Phantom should have gone one out with a V8, but he didn't. So, Phantom, if you're watching, again, this one's for you, mate, because if you don't get it this week, boom, boom, no more bets.
Last legs, you reckon? I'll tell you what.
Well, I'm going to petition for it anyway. I'll petition for it.
Changing of the guard might be time.
I mean, we might as well bring back the Ipatsu and just go 6x6 by field by 3.
Next leg.
Jeez. We couldn't do it to the family. We couldn't do it to the Parmi. The Parmi, he's gone 2, 7, 10 in the first, 1, 2, 4, 10, 1, 3, 9, 3, 7, 13 in the last. $10.80. He's gone short at the Caulfield this week. He thinks we can find a couple there which are about, around the $3 mark, which are looking pretty good. This is the best race. I think it's race 8, Marto. It's a BM88. No, it's not. I think it's a listed. No, it's not. What is it, Marto?
It's a listed or a stakes race.
Yes. It's probably one of the bigger races of the day. They all run together. It's a bit of a chalky wheel race, Taz. But I don't know.
I do know, but do you want me to just tell you now that the Phantom's out?
Oh, don't say one of my old ghosts. Don't say one of my old ghosts, mate.
Pezza, in the first leg, Brooklyn Boss, which ran second to CR7, the Phantom's left it out.
Oh, he wouldn't have done that.
Well, he has.
I'm just looking at the notes he sent me, the extensive notes the Phantom sent me. No, he wouldn't. We might fix
has he or hasn't he?
No, I can't see it. Anyway, he's going to Sydney. He's going a bit wider. He's going a bit wider at Sydney because he thinks there's more value. A bit more value floating around. We're taking a look at the last race. 2, 4, 6, 10, 1, 2, 4, 7, 2, 6, 9, 10. He's gone 1, 2, 7, and 14 in the last leg, and there's a boom horse here, Marto, a boom horse.
Absolutely. And this is the one out. This is the V8 from last week. The Black Cloud just wins it. The Black Cloud just wins.
The Black Cloud. It's a great.
The only exception, I like Afterlight as at the price, but I just think the Black Cloud is too good for this.
I actually like. I don't mind the 7 at the price. It's an amazing price because obviously the Black Cloud's in it, and I think Bubba Bay's hoof on the till, ready to win. So we've thrown it in. The Phantom has, and yes,
the Phantom. I'm going to throw double poison at him again.
Oh no!
Because he left out the 13 in the first leg in Melbourne. And he's left out the 13 in the last leg in Sydney.
Bjorn Baker in the last 2, the Kiwi Swede.
How could he leave? She's going to lead Steffi. Steffi's going to lead. They're going to say, catch me if you can.
Joey Pride horses win the last in Sydney. We all know that.
Well, I used to think it was the Swede Pezza, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Kiwi Swede.
He wins the second last. And Joey Pride comes up in the last.
Gee whiz, I'm going to take a little all up, 13 into 13.
Bjorny Baker.
And show it to the Phantom.
Bjorny Baker's going all right too at the minute. He's going all right too. He's found a couple.
Yes. No,
interesting.
That's for sure.
He's very good on the social networks, Bjorny, because he must get a shit ton of people, in a syndication, because everybody wants to have a beer with the Kiwi Swede because he's absolutely mental.
He's not a bad-looking middle-aged man either.
Yeah, he's a good dude, isn't he? I'd love to sit there when he's cheering on the screen. He's one of those wankers at the pub, isn't he? Just, like, I love him. It's fucking awesome.
You got to love characters in racing, don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It gets the owners interested around, and they want to be around trainers like that because he pumps them up and he makes it feel good about what's happening. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, have a bit each way on Botanica. It might be a little sneaky there in the last. Don't worry about that. The Black Cloud. But the Black Cloud does look good.
Yes.
We're looking to Marto. Here he is, the great man. Rosehill, the meeting 2 benches back. Marto going for one in a row. He's found one. Racing
Age of Sail. Straight out of Europe over here. Yeah, I didn't back this one last start. I wanted to watch it because I thought the 1600 might be a little bit too short. It's a 2400 meter winner in Chepstow and Chelmsford last year over in the UK, and they were really good form races. The second and third horses from those races have gone on to win since. But the Hawk stable have picked the Chris Lee's stable had picked this one up and ran really, really well. Ton of horse left at the end of the race after 1600. We're getting up to 2000 now. I think 24 to 2800 is his go. 2000 meters. It looks very, very well placed here. Not too many leaders. I think one other leader out wide. The two of them might challenge, but Age of Sail's got plenty left under him for the 2000 meters.
Reckon there's venom here. I reckon there's venom. I can just see him just
stoke
the engine. I can see him just saying, I know what he's going to say too.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to throw any venom out in this particular race because I did have a look at it. I'm not, but Kettle Hill is from overseas, and the Englishman, it's got an English name. I don't know. Good luck. No, I like what you're on.
The Morning Sun was absolutely smashed when on debut in Australia.
I love
it. And J-Mac jumps on. And J-Mac jumps on. No wonder it's 3 favourite. So there's another. There's another interloper.
Yeah.
I think J-Mac got the price in $1.50 on that one, though.
I agree. But it was a good run on debut.
It's not a bad horse for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just like Age of Sail because he's going to be warming up at the end of the 2000. He's still going to be ready for more.
Good race. Good race explanation. Good race.
Yeah.
I'm staying out. Good luck, Marto.
Thank you.
What are you on here? The African Queen here, Tessie.
I'm on the African Daisy, mate. African Daisy. Now, you did mention
Annabelle
Nation. Perfect, because mark my words, she will be the premier female trainer, if not a leading trainer in New South Wales in about 5 years' time. You can forget about the big boys in Waller and that. They've just got all the support in the world. But Annabelle, she's on the way up. Now, this horse, second up, had 9 starts, been on the podium 7. That includes a win. Okay. It maps to perfectly get on the pace. The two dangers, of course, the Betcha, the Crown, and the other one is the Jimmy Orman horse. What's it called?
Belvedere Boys.
Belvedere's Boys. But I think Belvedere Boys is stepping up to 1400. First time, not going to be ready.
Right.
I think African Daisy is the way to go. Wet, dry, whatever. Get on her. Maloney's riding well. Annabelle's going super. No more bets. Shut up shop. Win.
Okay.
Nice.
Marto?
Like the confidence. Like the confidence. No idea with Eagle Farm. I'll just leave Queensland Racing alone. So I'm just going to back you in here, Taz, and say, let's get it done, mate.
Let's get it done. And actually,
I think so. I do like it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind the Annabelle Nation horse. I reckon she's taking her better horses up north at the moment to grab the cash. I think she's a bit scared of Sydney racing at the minute. But Morning Sun,
yeah, she's got a stable up there, so she's left a few up there.
That's right.
Well, J-Mac rode that last time in Sydney. Now, if J-Mac's on a horse in Sydney, normally it goes all right. Admittedly, he ran second, but seriously, if it was good enough for J-Mac to get a beat, it's good enough for Maloney in Queensland to win.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It'd be interesting to see how this horse goes. Race 5, number 6, Jealous. It's only going its third start, and Robbie Dolan's been on from all, and he's butchered them all. The first start was absolutely a tragedy beaten because it was on my money. And I thought, well, I'm going to back up. So Robbie Dolan again took it fucking 16 wide, and it was way too good and ran away, had the audacity, Marto, on a Wednesday to run away from him.
On a Wednesday.
Flown again because there's a horse in here called Captain Finkel, Jimmy Orman on, which always shortens the price up north at the minute.
Yeah.
I just think it's a false favourite. It's up in class. I think Jealous is coming from a different form lane. I think Jealous is the better horse. Finkel's at 250. We're at 5 skins. I think we should be closer to about 3 to 1 each. But of course, at Eagle Farm, it's a little bit like Cairns when you've got 17 horses under 10 to 1. I think Robbie Dolan, if he gives this a sit from 2 and it gets space at the right time, this horse is a little bit, will make you jealous that you're not a part of the ownership. It is a little, I think, Tazzy, I'm going to say it should be unbeaten, and it's got a wee bit of something.
Look, the
I
market
remember
was big.
Sorry, carry on.
No, they went big on it last start, didn't they?
Yes.
So they backed it for a stack.
And a shocking ride, and won.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, that's right.
Shocking.
Go, Marto, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, from memory, when I was tipping in Queensland there, Robbie Heathcote used to have a much, much better record at Eagle Farm than he did at Doomben.
Well,
whether that has to do with the race pattern at Eagle Farm or just maybe that's where he trains them, so the horses are familiar there. But it definitely looks overs compared to the favourite.
Yeah,
like I said, they probably should be more even in the odds, around 3 to 1, 350. Yeah,
and we've drawn to get the perfect run too. Plus, we're at an extra
really
200 metres, which you would say if you watch the last race, the way that it extended in the end over 1400, you just think if it gets quite a sit, it's just going to explode even more. You know, it's going to get. It's really looking for a mile at the minute, I thought. And I'm like, how good is this horse? And then I turned up, there it is, Black Book, bang, $5. Rudy, get on. Captain Fink was at 250. What's this?
Interesting here, Pezza. You know why? We both tipped against Jimmy Orman.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's going to mean one of two things.
Yeah.
You either back Jimmy Orman for the jockeys premiership thing, you know, the
get on, load up,
or he's gonna have a nightmare.
Yeah, you might have to do the Marto. You know, the Marto system. Have you heard of that one, Cassie?
No. What? That's betting every race.
No, Marto gives you a call. Marto gives you a call, and he's like, "Hey, Pez, can you send me some money?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "How's the system going, Marto?" He goes, "Oh, working really well." And I'm like, "Oh, what's this one called, Marto?" He goes, "Oh, it's the moron system."
Oh, yeah,
just get moron.
The more you put on, Pez. All right, Marto.
What's that? The old what do they call it? The Fibonacci. The Fibonacci system.
The Fibonacci.
Yeah, even money. Then you double it, then you treble it, then you quadruple it, and then you go by 8, and then by 13. Yeah, the Fibonacci.
You could be doing that with Huey Bowman or Zach Pert at the moment in Honkers, I tell you what.
No, you'd be on single digit. You'd be on the single unit every time. Yeah. You wouldn't get to double or triple up.
Who let the dogs out? Nobody knows. Last week we talked all about the female jocks. They went berserk.
How good were they?
Crazy. Yeah. Taz, you posted that record up on the Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, across the country, that's pretty close to a 33% strike rate. Now, that said, I don't know how many women were riding in each race, but still, to get a female jock winning, you know, 1 in every 3 races across the country.
What about the little spunk rat, bit tone there, bit tone like? Not too sure if you can say spunk rat in 2024. But CJ, how good was she at Eagle? At where were you racing last week? Doomben or something? Far out.
Yeah, she rode.
What'd she ride? 4 or 5?
4 or 5, I think. Yeah, she had an awesome day.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And, well, she put Angela to shame.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we didn't mention CJ a bit, but
no, we're talking up Angela Jones, and CJ pops up.
And CJ just goes, "I'll ride 4 today," and so. I would just like to shout out to the PaLTI familia. We've got a beautiful member here called, let's call him Shaky, but we call him Kala. But we've known him from back in the day. He's got a jet of a nephew, and we always, in Japanese, Tazzy, we say, "Oh yeah, baka." Do you know what that means?
Put your finger in the bum?
No, that's Kuncho.
Oh, or something like that.
Kuncho. Oh yeah, baka means that you are the proudest, you're so proud of your kids. Like you're the proudest parents in the world. And I know this is Keller's nephew, but anyway, he plays cricket, Oliver Peake, and he's from Geelong, and he plays in the ones for Geelong who play all the Renegades, all the boys, Sheffield Shield players in the VCA First Division. So don't laugh at Geelong. But this kid has had a boom on him, sort of like Black Caviar like, for so many years now, and he's finally getting a little bit of reward. He was the first sub for the Under-19 World Cup over in Zimbabwe. If a batsman got injured or hurt, he was the first one on the plane. Unfortunately, a bloke got sent back. Ollie's gone over. He debuted last night, went in a really tricky position at 5 for about 170 odd. He's hit 25 off 28 and got the captain to his 100, the big ginger. And absolutely starred with the bat. He scissor kicked a little shot over third leg, which you've never seen before in your life. It was like watching a surfer, do those aerial maneuvers now you never see. So the kid's got some talent. Well done, Ollie Peak.
Absolutely.
Ollie Peak. Remember the name.
Remember the name.
Watch this space.
Barney's got a bet on him to be an Australian captain one day. So,
well, he's looking for a bet. If anyone wants to take it, he's asking the bookies for a bet. He's what odds you give me? He says, I want to be on this kid for the next future Australian captain.
Isn't it great to see kids? We all know and love, and
awesome.
they all go all right.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Especially when they're part of our community and they're getting in there.
Absolutely,
I mean, you've got your boy Pezza, Joey starting with the baseball. Another one coming through there. Now we've got another PaLTI familia that's got a nephew that could be possibly a next future Australian cricket captain.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, this kid. And you know what I love, Taz? He's just people who take their opportunities, he could have went out for a duck. He could have went out for a duck last night. He's 17 years old in an under-19 World Cup. And
yes.
What they say with sport, though, and I know we say it with the round ball and stuff as well, because there's a young girl who's going to make her debut for, I think it's a New South Wales or South Australian senior team at the age of 13.
Wow,
holy moly.
So, yeah, I was reading it on one of these soccer forum things, but the bottom line is, if you are ready, you are ready. Do you know what I mean? That's all it comes down to. You shouldn't hold back talent on ability. Hold it back if they're not ready. But if they're ready ability-wise and they're physically developed, and I mean, this, I would imagine that this, if it's Shaky's nephew, he's probably all 5 foot.
Yeah, he's a little.
No disrespect, Shaky.
He's old man.
He wouldn't be
he's
tall.
Actually, married. The guy married Shaky's sister, and they produced Ollie. But Dad could play cricket. He played for Victoria, a handful of times.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I tell you what, if he was around now with the 2020, he'd be a star. And his old man in Clinton, Pete, he could definitely play, and he can play footy as well. He's on the Falcons roster. He's one of those kids. It's just good to be a part of it. Last night, me and the boys from Geelong, all of us, we were cheering every run. I was illegal streaming from Pakistan. It was fantastic.
The old VPN.
Yeah. One run, we're all cheering. You got to run. We wanted the other guy to get out. Piss off, fucking mate. We wanted to get Ollie in.
Give him a crack.
It was fantastic.
Do you reckon? Do we bring in young talent soon enough?
Not in the Australian cricket team.
No. We don't, do we?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we do. We hang on to the old ones too long.
The last one we actually groomed from a young age. It sounds a bit weird, a bit creepy. But Ricky Ponting was the last player to debut as a teenager. He debuted in Australia when he was 19.
Because that Labuschagne, he'd be the next youngest.
Yeah, well,
do you know what I mean?
When you think about Davey Warner debuted at 25.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
played out of club cricket.
We and you think Warner's been around for the last, so long, but he was held back a lot, and he got his chance in 2020, and next minute, he's playing in the. He got a chance in the Test team.
I think it depends on the discipline of cricket. The Test cricket, no, we don't blood the young ones soon enough. The 50 over internationals, I think we tend to hold them back a bit too. The T20 is more exciting.
The 2020 is a different beast, yeah.
It is, and we did put the young ones in there, but I mean, as much as it's $1 billion industry now, you want to see them out there doing the 50 over one-day internationals. You want to see them out there playing the Test cricket, and especially the 5-day Test cricket, and see where their potential really lies.
Horses for courses, yeah.
Yeah, well, David Warner. We hung on to him too long at the top order. A great batsman, more centuries in any form of the cricket than what any other opening batsman has ever scored. But we probably hung on to him for a year or two too long, where we could have blooded someone else. And now we're at the point where we put someone like Steve Smith in as an opener instead of bringing another young fella through.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and the purist in me says, I don't remember the names of these young kids playing 2020.
Yeah,
I just remember the ones that make it in Test cricket.
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
because
the
we're
purest
the
to
older
me, and I think
generation.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it should be. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
2020
not
is just,
disagreeing.
but yeah, 2020 is just to watch a bit of, you know, something, get the ratings on
That's who
TV.
our Mads,
But
because
the
after that,
purest
the young
is,
kids
it's all
are
about
bored.
Test.
I remember when I
for
was a kid watching the one day as the 50, the 50 overs, and if we lost, I was gutted. And then when I grew up, I realised they meant nothing. It was except for the World Cup. The
World Cup is
means
where it's
something.
at. Yes,
But when those little try tournaments when we used to get beat by somebody, I'll be like, oh my god, crying. But
used to get the West
the
Indies
Bison, another great nickname, the Bison.
the Bison.
Win the AB Allan Border medal because he plays the three formats, doesn't he? He plays the three formats, doesn't he?
He does. He does. Yeah, he's very versatile. Quick, fast cricket in the T20. He can take his time in the 50-50, and he's obviously a 5-day batsman as well, player as well in the Test.
He sounded like me last night. Tazzy got a bit, I like to think that people would believe me because I'm a bit fat and I like to drink beer.
That's not like you.
Yeah, nobody believes in me. That's the problem.
That's interesting. But I read an article with beer. I think did I post it on our little chat? How good beer for you is in moderation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
In moderation, guys.
Hey, Tazzy, how you feeling, mate? We've got about 20 seconds. How you going? You right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling great. Gradual return to work on Monday.
Yeah, and Marto, Scooby, rest in peace. Marto's just lost a dog.
Yeah, poor bugger. We lost
well done, mate.
15-year-old dog. Yeah, it was like losing one of the family. But good on you.
Salute, Scoob.
Get on the Kickstarters, ladies and gentlemen. Hooroo! This is PaLTI Parmi.
Bye. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. See you guys. All good.